and women are going to somehow not be in the workforce anymore. And, you know, people of color suddenly are not going to be competing and wanting a better future for their kids. We're not going to suddenly ignore all the progress that's been made over the last 30 years. We're not going to build walls around America or put technology back in the box. We're not going to reverse hard-won rights for women or minorities or Americans with disabilities to fully participate in the workforce. We're not going to do that. If we're going to give working families, all families, a chance to succeed, we've got to make sure they can afford child care. And they've got sick leave and paid leave. And we got to make sure women get equal pay for equal work. And we should make it easier, not harder, for workers to organize for better wages and working conditions. And we should eliminate the minimum wage. We should raise it high enough so if you work full-time, you don't live in poverty. Each of these policies, the policies Hillary mentioned, would help working families feel more secure in today's economy. She's actually got a plan. It's actually paid for. You can actually look at it. Now, the fact that we haven't gotten all these ideas done, it's not the fault of immigrants or unions or some liberal socialist scheme. It's very simple. Republicans in Congress and Republican governors have been blocking these ideas for the last 8 years. It's that simple. So look, I just want to be clear. Not everybody votes on the economy. I understand. There are other issues. But if your concern is who's going to look out for working families, if you're voting your pocketbook, if you're asking who's actually going to stand up for the guy on the construction site or the guy in the factory or the woman who's cleaning a hotel room or you know, somebody who's really working hard, the working family, if that's your concern, this isn't even a choice, because the other side has nothing to offer you. The other side's got nothing to offer you. I'm going a little off script here, but I just want to repeat this. If your concern is working people, then this is not a choice. I don't care whether you're white, black, Hispanic, Native American, polka dot, male, female. I don't care. If what you care is who's going to be fighting for ordinary folks who are fighting for a better life for themselves and their children, then I don't know how you vote for the guy who's against the minimum wage, against unions, against making sure that everybody gets a fair shot, against legislation for equal pay, against sick leave and family leave, against all the things that working families care about. So if you're voting for the other team, it's not because of the economy. It's not because of the economy. You gotta be clear about that. I mean, even the Republicans on the other side don't really know what the guy's talking about. They really don't. They really don't. You ask them, they're all like, I don't know. Then they kind of duck the other way. Am I joking? No. So you can choose a path that divides us with harsh rhetoric and pits working people against each other, all the while pushing policies that will just help folks at the top do even better. But that's not helping working families. Or we can transform our politics so they're responsive to working families, so that all people of all races and all backgrounds get a higher wage, and all folks get quality health care and a decent retirement, and all children in this country get a better education that lets them dream bigger than their circumstances. That's what Hillary Clinton believes, and that's why I'm supporting her for President of the United States, and that's why you should too. Now, to me, that in and of itself would be enough to make the choice. But we've got some other choices. You can go the path that denies climate change is real, or you can choose a path where American jobs and businesses lead the world to combat it. You know, over the last 7 years, we have doubled renewable energy in this country. Remember when we were all concerned about our dependence on foreign oil? Well, let me tell you, we've cut the amount of oil we buy from other countries in half. Remember when the other team was promising they were going to get gas prices down in like 10 years? And we did it. Did it. So we've been able to shape an energy policy that's good for families, good for your pocketbook, and with Secretary Clinton's help, America ultimately led nearly 200 other nations to an agreement to save this planet for future generations. Maybe you don't care about this. Maybe you think 99% of scientists are wrong. Or you can, you're welcome. But the point is, we're not done with this. So where we go from here is up to you. You can vote with the climate deniers who want to tear up the agreements we've crafted and doom our kids to a more dangerous world, or you can vote to keep putting people back to work, building a cleaner energy future for all of us. That's part of what's at stake in this election. That's one of the reasons I'm supporting Hillary Clinton for president. You know, Hillary mentioned how we operate on the world stage. Now, let me just say, I know the other guys talks about making America great again. America's really great. And just the other day, somebody was writing about, wow, when you look at the surveys in the world, turns out that when Obama came into office, the world didn't think we were that great. But now they think we're the greatest. They think we're the strongest. They think we're the best positioned. We were in a hole before I came into office, but right now the rest of the world thinks we're pretty darn great. And by the way, you can look that up. That's a fact. That's not like just something I just made up and tweeted. So, you know, there are actually like surveys done. They poll people so you actually know what people think. You don't just assert it. And it turns out that's what they think. You can look it up. Part of the reason for that is because we had an outstanding Secretary of State. Part of the reason is that Hillary understood and continues to understand that just a bunch of tough talk doesn't replace the hard work of diplomacy. A bunch of phony bluster doesn't keep us safe. And she understands we can't retreat from a world that needs American leadership. That's why she offers a smarter approach that uses every element of American power to protect our people and to protect our allies. She is and will be a stateswoman who makes us proud of what it takes to be a commander-in-chief And I know she will never hesitate to use force when it is necessary to protect us. And she'll know how to mobilize the world around the causes that we believe in, that we know are right, and make sure other countries pull their own weight. That's strength. That's leadership. And that's why Hillary Clinton has to be the next president of the United States of America. I'm with her. I'm with her. You know, part of the reason why we are here is because we all share the belief that this country only lives up to its potential when every single one of us get a chance to succeed. Black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American, young, old, rich, poor, Turkish American, gay, straight, male, female, all of us matter. All of us share the same creed. All of us pledge allegiance to the same flag. That doesn't mean we have to agree on everything. We all have different ideas and beliefs, and that's part of what makes America great. But I agree with Hillary that our democracy works best when there are basic bonds of trust between us.
And we've been listening to, of course, presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton and President Barack Obama on the stage there in Charlotte, North Carolina, for the first major appearance together on the campaign trail. Obama's been speaking for the last 40 minutes or so, giving a ringing endorsement for his former Secretary of State, a woman whom he passionately believes should be the next president. He called her a stateswoman that will make us proud around the world. Now, she, of course, gave her goals for her presidency, her plan should she win in November. The 5 goals built on the achievements of the Obama administration. One of the more important ones, most notable, of course, to her opponents, will probably be her plan to raise taxes on the super rich. And she threw in with that a demand to see Donald Trump's tax returns. She wasn't shy about saying, though, that she will raise taxes there and change policies to adapt to today's families, including equal pay for women. She also mentioned that she will never let Wall Street again wreck Main Street, and then went on, of course, to talk about her opponent in no unclear terms, calling Donald Trump unqualified and temperamentally unfit. Let's cross live now to Colin Campbell, who can join us from Washington, D.C. He's been listening in as well. Colin, she could not have asked for a stronger endorsement from President Barack Obama today.